All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of us digging the scoop, looking for that bottom line, bottom feeders, if you will. It's Mike Carlucci, your host from Carlucci Broadcast International, with my good friend, the best man of all, the greatest man created, after Jesus Christ, of course, Richard Boddie. How are you doing, my friend? Always good to see you. Lots to talk about here. On a previous episode, of course, we talked about the Jussie Smollett. I guess it's Smollett now. Before they were calling him Smollett. Now it's Jussie Smollett.
Jussie.
Did I say Jussie Smollett?
Yeah.
There we go. And things have got crazy. He was indicted on 16 counts of fraud, and all of a sudden they let him go, threw it out of court, and this man here, of course, a former, he's still practicing, semi-practicing. He's an attorney for many decades. I'm going to hand you the baton on this one because this is your expertise. What did the law favor one and not the other with this Jussie Smollett situation here, the fake so-called hoax, the whole thing? Fill us in. What's your opinion on this?
Well, first of all, the initial news of Jussie was a beating or a lynching almost of this African American gay movie actor or TV series guy, which looked to be a little suspicious, and especially to me because, and I mentioned it before, he kept the noose around his neck for a couple hours.
Yeah, and the submarine sandwich from Subway in his hand too.
Yeah, now even if it's loose, as soon as I can get that off my neck, it's off. But to leave it on as a symbol says, there's something wrong with this.
Yeah.
Then they find out there's these two bodybuilder friends of his that he spent, $3,000 or $4,000?
$3,500.
$3,500. Just wrote him a check. I guess it was supposedly for weightlifting and all. But they saw these three of them together in the hardware store where they bought the noose and the whole bit.
Yeah.
So now it looks like a scam. And it sounded like a scam to me from the beginning.
Right.
But then it goes through all of the communities that want to pick it up, and then Kamala Harris says, "Oh, that's a shame what they're doing to us poor African Americans," and all the rest of other people are saying, "Hey, that's good. The guy's he's a crook. He's a scam."
Cory Booker as well.
And then they said his biggest gripe about this was that he wasn't getting paid the $500,000 an episode on the Empire like the two other
Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard. And she used to get a great. Henson is her last name. I forgot how you pronounce her first name. But
Naranji?
Taraji. I'm sorry. Taraji Henson.
Taraji.
Yeah, great actress, beautiful woman, fantastic, very talented, and
And that's why she's making the money.
They're the leads.
And she ain't got no noose around her neck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
So now, fast forward, he gets arrested. There's 16 counts against him. They already shown the bad check that was paid to these guys. Yeah. And all of a sudden, it's now dropped. Now, I personally, before there was the fake news of the mayor, one of Barry Obama's boys,
Emmanuel?
was the mayor. Yeah, Emmanuel.
Last name's Emmanuel. Raheem Emmanuel or something.
Rahm Emanuel. Okay.
Rahm.
He comes out totally lividly upset over this thing that happened. Well, I'm saying, I thought you were part of the solution, my man, because anybody that much power can finally say, well, Jussie can fly. We can get rid of this. But he's acting like he's upset, and so is the chief of police, as if someone overrode them. And I have friends that say it was what's her name, the ex-president's wife.
Michelle Obama.
Michelle, and others say that there's some fix going on that nobody knows what it is. But I have to sort of smile at the whole thing because it's totally outside the legal structure. The whole thing has been totally taken out of any civil or criminal process that we know in our American judicial system. Yeah. And because of it, it stays on TMZ and stays on the air and all the rest. Now they got a poll going out on Facebook or whatever to see if Jussie can keep his job back on the Empire because he sort of had burned his bridges. Yeah. So everything comes down to the handheld device of this social media on almost everything we do. But I think the brother should just move on, be quiet, and admit what you did, because that's some terrible stuff.
He claims he's innocent. He didn't do anything
Of course he
wrong.
did.
And by the way, that check for $3,500. Well, first off, I've talked to some trainers, real professional, personal trainers. They said, number one, you would not write a check for that much up front.
Right,
you
as a
work out,
retainer, it's not an attorney.
right? Yeah, you work a payment plan. Plus, there's a legal document contract.
Right.
It's a business as a
Right.
trainer for a business, independent contractor.
Right.
So these guys, no, even though they're bodybuilders, they work out. They probably do their thing, but it's not saying they're professional trainers. I mean, so why would he just throw a $3,500 check to somebody that he just met? They were extras on his TV show. You don't know him very well. Hey, here's 35. This guy's could have ran off and said, I don't know anything about this deal. So, but anyway, we have a new sponsor, by the way.
Love it.
Yeah, if I can find the. Let's see, where did it go? Somebody took our.
Somebody took our sponsor.
Where did it do it?
We have a new sponsor, but they bolted.
They took away.
Oh my
I guess
God.
here it is. It's Dole Pineapple Chunks. We appreciate it, Dole. You're awesome. Pineapple all the way. Better than avocados, because I know pretty soon we're not going to have any avocados here in California. But nonetheless, Dole Pineapple Chunks, thanks for sponsoring this episode of The Bottom Line. That's what you're watching. Mike Carlucci and Richard Boddie. And as we continue on, let's see. So going back to Jussie Smollett and the situation. So give me your opinion, though. Why was it so much confusion and media wrapping around like a big giant aluminum foil that they just wanted to get this thing under the rug and throw it out of court? Because 16 counts. It's not one count I can see, but 16 counts of fraud here. What's going on?
I think that they wanted to get it off the books because of the fact that it was so bogus to start with. They thought that maybe they could do as George Orwell did in the book 1984. They could just get rid of it, just exclude it from history. And someone is behind it who is not in the front. We don't.
Some
know
names
who
you
it
kind
is.
of hinted around. We just
Yes,
said a
yes.
couple names. No names mentioned. Michelle Obama.
Right.
And then the other cat you just mentioned as well.
Yeah. So it's
yeah.
it's an interesting concept. As you mentioned, he said he never changed his story.
Yeah.
But it makes his story look awfully dumb. And there was something else. $50,000 bail, I think.
Mhm.
They kept it. Now he hasn't jumped bail.
Yeah.
So why would they keep it? There's another
Right.
anomaly of the system.
Was it 50? Or there was
50. I think it was $50,000.
There was a $10,000 bond as well. So add those together.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought it was a
Was it-
$50,000 bill. Maybe it was a $10,000.
Maybe it wasn't it because they kept it and they said he did some community service like a long time ago. They were going to count that in. I go, that shouldn't count. It should be something new, you know.
Adjudication.
Put on the orange suit and go pick up some trash, my
Right,
friend on the freeway or
right,
something.
right.
That should be part of his community service or help. I don't know, but it's very fishy. But it's what the whole politics of everything now around our country is super fishy.
Yes.
You know, decisions are being made. But so, like you said, he needs to hide out for a while. He's done with Empire. They don't want him back. In fact, the ratings did take a dump a little bit, not because of him, but people just maybe the storyline was missing with him not being there. But people are going to start watching again because they're going to say, well, let's see how the show picks up without him, and the ratings will be pretty good, I think, down the road, but not right now. So. Yeah, I know. We looked at his star rating last time on IMDb.com, and it was like in the top 10. Usually, if you're in the top 10, it means you're a super duper star. You have all kinds of great shows and movies, and you're very popular, super popular. And then now, when we looked, he was in the top 10. Then a week later, he was down to like 10,000. You know, so his popularity is not good anymore. But his name is out there. I mean, he's infamous. I never heard of him until this thing happened.
Me either, and I never seen that spelling before either.
Yeah.
And he doesn't play in the NBA or in the NFL.
The name Jussie, yeah.
With a unique first name.
And he has some siblings, I think, that toyed in the business as well. They all did some kind of film together.
I saw a female name, last name Smollett.
Yeah, so probably definitely a sister. Yeah. I guess he was in the movie, the first Mighty Ducks movie.
I didn't know.
Yeah, he was one of the players, from what I was told. But
such a deal.
And he was in another big film. I want to say it was one of those science fiction films. Mm-hmm. In fact, I'll look right now. The magic of the computer. Yeah, so we are very prepared here. We come in ad lib and we stay prepared. And most 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 professionals, of course, have all these things prepared, but we don't. We have a
We're legit.
yeah, we're legit and we're low budget, so low budget. Let's see, Jussie Smollett. I almost put Jesse. I get one of those big news networks is calling him Jesse now.
No, it's Jussie.
I think it's Fox News is calling him Jesse,
Well,
just because of
they don't want to be considered racist.
Yes. Well, he was in Alien Covenant. He was in Alien Covenant. He played one of the guys on the ship, I guess.
I have no idea what that was.
Well, I never saw him before, and I never saw the name till all this
But you've seen
debacle happened.
You've seen Alien Covenant, though, right?
Yeah, that's the last one.
Every movie that's ever been made, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably 18.5 million movies.
I've seen probably about 18.5.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I forget half of them, because I always think someone brings a line out of a film, and I think, oh, that's from The Godfather. Oh, no, it's not. It's from Planet of the Apes. Oh, that's right. I've seen so many different movies, but
in this political, divisive, polarized political climate that we are experiencing, things such as the Robert Mueller,
which I think should be our next episode.
Yes.
On the bottom line. So, as we wrap up here, Richard, so on your expertise of legalities in the legal profession, can this guy be brought back in? I think the feds are now taking over the case.
Yes, they can, because it was never tried.
Yeah, but they're looking into it.
They could jack him up if they want to.
Yeah.
Especially considering, it would be crazy for the Donald to pull it off, but that would be the people that like the Donald would probably love it if they brought this in a federal situation. It's never been tried. It's never been. It's been whitewashed in the state division in Illinois. So obviously the feds can come in and say, well, we've got you for crossing state lines without whatever. They have these weird statutes that say you have to pay income tax when there's nothing in the Constitution that says. Anyway, that's a whole other topic.
Well, this guy was nominated, by the way, for an NAACP award. He did not show up at the awards, by the way. He did not win. But Chris Rock had a fun time and made fun of him pretty good. So he roused him.
Chris can do that.
Chris is good. Chris
can do that.
You give Chris an opening, he's going to take it. So,
Yep.
So the feds, they have this, they may take this into court. Right. So we'll see what happens to Jussie Smollett, number one man on your dartboard, it seems like, for a lot of people. and right now, a guest panelist, actually a permanent panelist on the old TV show, The Liars Club. So anyway, fans and friends, we're going to hit the road here for now. We're going to have our next episode, we're going to get together and talk about Robert Mueller and the no collusion and no obstruction, possibly. We'll get all that detail information for you on our next episode. Until next time, by the way, if you could please subscribe and tell your friends about us. We'll do more shows and so forth. And Richard Boddie, speaking of legalities, why don't you tell everyone, you're still doing stuff for Legal Shield, right?
Oh, sure. Still the Legal Shield Associate. Have been for 20 years.
Okay, so
this is one of the sponsorships. Yes, Legal Shield is your substitute for having to pay $300 to $500 an hour.
Exactly.
For a family plan for only $20 to $25 a month.
Sign up with Richard Boddie. Richard Boddie is Richard, Boddie, Legal Shield.
A legend in his own mind.
There you go. And of course, we'd like to thank our good friends from Dole for sponsoring this episode. We appreciate it. Well, folks, until next week, remember to search and dig deep, very deep, if you will, for that scoop, as you eventually will find the bottom line. You all have a great week. Be well. And Richard Boddie, thanks for your time. And we'll see you next time. Grazie. Como se dice? Buonasera. All right. My Italian friends and all my friends worldwide, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Ciao.